So I'm saying goodbye to my old little friend here, my car. I'm selling it today. It was a good journey together, but it's time to move on. Bye, my friend. Thank you for everything. Well, I got some news, and big news. I'm moving to Alaska, and it's happening. It's happening as we speak, right now. Not next year, not next month. I'm moving to Alaska now, like in a couple of days. So, here's the deal. I've been on and off thinking about it. I'm done with the heat in Texas for sure. And I'll tell you all about my work, housing situation in a bit. But first things first, I have to sort my items, household, earthy goods, what's coming with me, what's staying, and that's a big job in itself. So I got my work cut out for me. Let's get to it. Whew. Tired from all the packing and sorting, but very much excited. Let me tell you about what's going on, right? The final decision was made about a week ago, and just like that, I sold my car. I chose to trade it in. It's a good value that CarMax gave me for it, so I was happy. The whole process was completed online, and I drove it in, handed them the keys, signed the paperwork, and walked out with my check in about 20-30 minutes. So that's good. And it gives me a little bit of cash to invest in the new car once I get to Alaska. I am sure I will need a car even if I am in a city that has plenty of public transportation. I still want to get out and do things outside of the city, so that's that. Now, as far as the housing situation, I have decided to rent out my house. I'm not selling it, I'm still keeping it, just because now is not the right time to sell. But I also want to make sure that my mortgage is covered, so I'm gonna let some good people in, and I am leaving my furniture here. I'm leaving most of my belongings here, which are household items, gardening items, for people to use. Might not be ideal for both parties, but I just don't have the means to ship everything there, nor am I willing to drive all of it to Alaska. It's a pretty long drive. I believe I'll spend on gas way more than my items are worth. So I am flying to Alaska. I'm taking 2 suitcases with me. So I'm gonna downsize all of my belongings to just the 2 of the suitcases, minus a big iMac computer, which has to take up space in one of the suitcases. I have to take it with me. That's my work computer. I can't ship it for free either. So I'm choosing to reduce some of the space in my personal belongings to take it with me. But because I work from home, this is like taking my job with me, so it's totally fine. Yeah, my winter stuff. Gotta take me my gloves and the neck warmer and my winter hats and my beeps. So that's a lot of clothes. Sometimes you don't realize you have this much clothes until you actually need to move. So like in my case, I do a lot of sorting. 3 basic categories: 1, urgent, necessary, needs to come with me. Category 2 is non-urgent, might get by, could buy new at the new location. And category 3, definitely up for sale or let go to like a donation box, Goodwill store, whatever. So that's what I'm doing right now, sorting out my clothes, one closet at a time. And I am very limited in space and weight because I'm flying. So I just have to really decide what's important to me and what's not. So let me tell you a little bit about the decision-making process and how that went. Now, because I work from home, I can be pretty much anywhere in the States, right? One of the reasons I chose to came to Texas was the affordability of the housing and my job at the time. I had an opportunity which was local to Austin, Texas. Now, that no longer being the case, I am free to move around. I am tied up to this area because my house is here and I'm not ready to sell it. So I was living in my house and I was thinking and considering different options and possibilities. And I think it will be best for me to go to Alaska and experience it for at least a year. Okay, so I'm giving myself a year. I obviously want this move to be permanent, but I just don't know. I am at this stage of my life when I am no longer making plans that are, I guess, longer than 1 year, simply because it's too far out to really know what will be happening in my life and to be accurate with the predictions. So I just want to plan for the next couple of months, couple of years tops. And my plan is to rent in Anchorage for the first year. That will allow me to experience the winter and to see how I'm dealing with a lack of sun, which right now, with, I wouldn't even call it abundance, with excess of sunlight that I'm having, I predict I'll have no difficulties, at least the first couple of months, or maybe even years, honestly, because I am so tired of the heat that I think I will be very comfortable without a lot of sunlight. But in the summer months, you get sunshine there. It's the winter, the darkness is there for the prolonged periods of daytime, which I think would be fine. Honestly, I found myself closing all of the blinds. The only reason those blinds are open right now is because I'm shooting a video and I want to have enough light. But when I'm just doing my everyday activities, when I'm working, my blinds are shut and I am not letting any extra ray of sun into the house. First, because it warms it up and my AC is working, cooling it down. And secondly, because it's just too much light for me. So I think I'll do good in Alaskan climate. And back to making plans and the whole decision-making process, right? So I have thought about moving there on wheels, and that option to me, it was not worth it because the gas prices and the actual equipment, which I don't have to move, I would have to purchase that, and that's a great investment, which I just don't think is worth it right now. Also because the items that I do have are not superbly expensive, and I wouldn't say that, you know, if any of them were gone that I would die, you know. It's worth leaving it here, or maybe selling it, you know. Some might say that it'd be a good idea to go to like a yard sale and try to sell it there, or create a yard sale yourself, but that again, exposure to the elements, and right now I'm just not ready to be in an above 100-degree weather. I'm just not. So I'm leaving the furniture, a lot of the personal household items that are not needed will be stored away, and then I'll decide what I'm doing with it. I might come back if I ever back and take some with me later. I might ask my friend to ship it to me. Gladly, you know, options are open there, so I'll figure that out. Once I have a car, on the weekends I will be exploring the areas around, and obviously I'm a homesteader, right? So I have a dream of getting a land and doing a farm there, doing a garden there, but it's just not in the immediate cards right now, right? I'm not ready to just move out to the land, and that is because I don't have enough equity to actually purchase something that is livable, or to purchase raw land and the materials to build it in the time frame that I have. I just don't have the finances for that. So once I explore around Anchorage a lot more, actually the whole Alaska is open to me, but I'm kind of leaning towards southeast part, central, southeast part of central Alaska, and I think that I will find a good, decent piece of land that I love, and sooner or later, that purchase will be in the cards. But this is just like me dreaming. of the future. For right now, again, this is just keeping the same job, working from home, just moving to a different location, doing it from the place where you have to have the heat on all the time versus having AC on all the time. I know it's an extreme. Most of my friends are like, what, are you crazy? But they also empathize with me because they see how miserable this climate drives me, especially lately. And so that's a good move for me. At least so I hope. I'll keep you posted on my progress. I don't know if moving to Alaska has been a dream of yours. I sure hope to meet a lot of like-minded people. I've already started my journey of like exploring the communities that could, where people could be in very similar shoes as mine. And one dreamer that is combined with other dreamers, that's the force. So I'll keep you posted. We'll see what happens. It's a big leap of faith for me, and it is, I already mentioned it, it is pretty overwhelming, but it's also a super exciting time because finally I make things happen, and instead of just getting ready and instead of just preparing yourself for that move, I'm actually making the move. So hey, wish me luck, and I'll see you next time.